Alright, hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. It's me, Miss Mo. I just want to start off by saying I look cute. I look cute. I do. I feel cute. I look cute, and that's just what it is right now. Sometimes you just gotta hype yourself up. Like, if you ain't gonna be your own hype man, who gonna be it, you know? But yeah, so today in this video, and the lipstick I have on is the crayon case, because that's my favorite lipstick. But today I'm going to be talking about the realities of being an executive assistant and how being in that world really, how it really opened me up to so many different opportunities and a greater understanding of myself, and what I actually want when it comes to a career choice. And so, because I always gotta give a story, auntie vibes, give that story, girl. I was in the executive assistant space for close to like 2 years. Prior to that, and I've mentioned this in previous videos, how I work in the nonprofit sector. When I started in the nonprofit sector, my biggest focus was like being in the development department, so being around fundraising efforts within a nonprofit organization. I was at a nonprofit doing development, doing entry-level development work, so that's gift entries, gift acknowledgement letters, prospect research, grant writing, grant management. Some of that is entry-level, some of that is like mid-level type of shit. So, but it wasn't, it was good for what it was at the time, because I ain't even have it. So let me not bad shit. Let me be grateful. Thank you, God, for the opportunity. So I was doing that, and I was like, I'm not happy here. I'm actually kind of bored. And I really wanted to leave my job, but I didn't want to leave my job and not have another job. And so, but in the midst of me doing that development stuff, I was also doing operations type of things. So like office management type of thing. Operations too. Hell, I was doing a lot at that job, and I was only getting paid like what, $45K a year. And the only reason why they gave me a raise was because cost of living went up. So it wasn't because they were happy with my work. It was only because they didn't want to be too shitty of employers. But I digress. It got me from point A to point B, and that's what I'm trying to get to. But from doing all that, I entered into the world of like office management and operations. And it was then that I realized that I think I want to go into the executive assistant space. I think I want to go into the administrative, into that admin world, like hardcore. And so I left this job, and I already told them I was leaving, because I was like, I cannot stay here anymore. Like, I have to get out. I have to leave. So I was like, I'm leaving. And then I didn't have another job lined up, but I said, I'm leaving. And I was applying to jobs, but I didn't get no offer letter or anything. But by the time I did leave that job, and I put in like maybe a 3 week, like a month notice, and I told them that I was leaving. But like 2 weeks after I told them, that's when I got an offer letter, and I started a new job, and that was how I entered into the executive assistant space. So I entered into the executive assistant space, and I went for a position. Although I had like some, from that job that I started off at, although I had like some admin skills, I didn't have assisting skills like that. My assisting skills um, really included just assisting my sister. And she's a high maintenance lady, so I mean, but I couldn't put that on a resume. Yeah, I've been assisting my sister for the past since my existence, because she's older than me, so she bosses me around, and I just listen. But I couldn't put that on the resume. But so I took so I left that job, even though I was making more money. I left that job to go to this job, and I was making less money by like 6,000. I was making less. And I was like, you know what, fuck it. I just need to get out of this job. And because I've never been an executive assistant before, I'll just, consider it like a small, like, financial loss. And just, make it up through my other jobs that I had. Because I always had, like, 2 jobs. I tried to stay having multiple streams of income. So I did that, and that one, and I entered into the executive assistant world. And my supervisor was a Caucasian Jewish man. And I'm still cool with him today. And to be honest, because I've been bossed around being the youngest, it wasn't a big adjustment for me. I mean, it wasn't like I needed to like really adjust to this new type of lifestyle. I mean, this new type of work condition. What was the biggest adjustment for me was how vital my position was. And like when you hear about, I'm their assistant, it's like, oh, they just be bossing you around. And it's like, no. Like they boss you around. I mean, they could do it in a respectful manner, depending on who your supervisor is. But it's just like, baby, when you're looking at it, when you're talking to an EA or a PA, whatever you want to call them, they are that EDs, that supervisors, that senior leadership, that's their right-hand person. You are talking into fucking power. I didn't realize that because I thought that, as an assistant, okay, you just tell me what to do and I do it. And it's like, no, I need you to be a thought partner too. And that was one mistake that I made while being an EA, was that I wasn't confident in my position. And a common term, I guess it's a common term that is used, it's like, can you manage up? And I didn't understand when people would ask me that during interviews. I'm like, what are you talking about? Manage up, like. And I was like, I don't know what that is. I couldn't even lie and say, yeah, I could do it. I was like, I don't know. What are you asking me? And so it's pretty simple. Manage up means, can you manage up? Can you manage your supervisor? Can you manage their tasks? Can you get their priorities in order? Can you manage them? Even though they are your supervisor, can you manage them? And I didn't realize that being in an EA position, especially when first starting off. I just, again, thought I was just supposed to be in the background and just do what you tell me to do. No. And I remember one time I was having my evaluation done, and my supervisor basically said that, like, you just need to be more confident in what you're doing. And that kind of stung, because I was like, dang, you see my insecurities. Oh my goodness. I thought I put on a good face, like a good poker face, but you just seeing me right now. And yeah, but I didn't understand that was required of me. I didn't understand that being an EA required me to be a boss, to be a leader. Even if I'm not necessarily leading other people, I'm a thought partner with my supervisor. And so, it was a weird realization. And when I was looking more, into after I got the job, and you know, I had my mentality, and I still have it, that like, if you give me something to do, I will get it done for you. It might take a while. I don't move super fast, but I will get it done for you. And depending on my attitude too, like if I need to be a bitch about it, I will be a bitch about it. And that just means like just be real cutthroat, like. But you know, I try to work with compassion, so I don't want to pull that side out of me. But sometimes it does have to come out, especially in the type of environment that you may be in. But like, so you know, I started a job, was doing certain things, and yeah, but it was in the midst of doing certain things that I realized that my day to day was different. And I like that. And it brought me, and it allowed me to expand my skill set. Like, I could be, or my week to week was different. I mean, I could be managing their schedule, which is the strategy behind scheduling, it's like a game, but it's like, I could be managing somebody's schedule. I could be, you know, making a reservation for a lunch or a dinner for a business meeting. I could be reading over contracts. I could be ordering office supplies. I could be the therapist for the office, for them to just like, yeah, this is what's been going on, because they're either telling me because I don't know what it is about my face, but sometimes people just like to talk to me. I do try to, you know, create a welcoming environment, but like sometimes it's just like, but I need to do my work and you talking to me right now and I can't concentrate on that. Sorry for the background noise. But you know, comes to like being the therapist or the eyes and the ears for your supervisor, because they're busy doing leadership type of things, so they may not be privy to all the things that are going on in the office. So you may kind of act as their eyes and their ears. And so, you know, that means kind of being welcoming to people and having people come to you and for them to talk to you about things that they have going on. And whether they're talking to you again to just talk, or they're just talking to you because they need to explain to you. They don't really need to, but they do. Because, yeah, they need to explain to you why they need to meet with our supervisor, which is your direct supervisor. So it's like when you're an EA, you're so many different things, and it just broadens your skill set so much. You're a bookkeeper. You're reconciling expenses, reconciling credit card expenses. You're coding them. You're working closely with with your finance team and operations overall in the facilities department. Like, you are in so many different people's faces. You're in as many faces and departments as your direct supervisor is in. And that's why I say that being an EA exposes you to so much. You're the IT person. You know, you troubleshoot when there's presentations and things like that. So it's an interesting career choice for anybody that's interested in it. And yeah, I would say like some things that I've learned, and like being in the EA role for about 2 years, I realized some things about myself, and there are certain skills that I wanted to hone in on. Like I want to hone in on my organizational development skills. So that means taking into consideration, like I previously said, taking into consideration like hearing the concerns of staff members, and looking into when we're building a team or sustaining a team, what do we want our work culture culture to look like, or what do we want our team culture to look like? Those are things that I started to become even more interested in. Even though I studied them a little bit in school, in practice, I was like, oh yeah, I really like doing these things. Bookkeeping, I don't know what it is about me and money. I don't know how to keep it, but I love to be around it, girl. It's like, girl, put me in a room with it and let's just have fun. But yeah, but bookkeeping and looking at finances and doing a financial audit, like just looking at how you're spending, looking at what's coming in, looking at how you spend it, look at what your waste is. Like, I like looking at stuff like that. And the techie stuff, like, if I need to do it, I'll do it, and it's good to be knowledgeable about it. But that's not an area that, you know, I care too much about. But it's just like, yeah, but it just exposed me to so much. And I feel like if you are interested in being an EA and you feel like, man, this is fucking shitty, it can be shitty. And I was doing things that were kind of definitely outside of my job role. And I really had a fucked up mentality. And I would say that if you do want to step into this position, the mentality that you should not have is that you need to be everything to your direct supervisor, because that's not healthy. It's just not healthy. You need to create boundaries, and if they can't respect those boundaries, then you don't need to be working with that person. So again, like, being an EA creates and gives you access to so much information, so many opportunities, and so much tea, darling. Oh my goodness, I have my feelings, but but it also, but it wasn't like I could share it with anybody because I need to practice discretion. Like, the same level of when you're an EA, especially when you're an EA, you're usually serving someone or working closely with someone who is senior leadership. So you have to have, although y'all don't get paid the same, and the amount of pressures that y'all both may have may be similar, but you need to be able to practice discretion. You need to be able to manage multiple projects. You need to be able to engage in professional development opportunities because you need to expand your skill set. You need to be able to network. Like, whatever is required in terms of like, not necessarily the job role, but like the attitude, whatever is required of your direct supervisor, that kind of is what is expected. I feel is like what is expected out of you. Like, you need to be able to get things done the way your supervisor can get things done. Because again, they are highly dependent on you. And if you are lacking or slacking on moving things forward, that's going to negatively impact them. So, yeah, this video was kind of like, it wasn't like very direct, like this is this. But I can end off by saying that if you do find yourself in an EA position, understand that, yes, it may suck depending on your supervisor. Understand that you are a fucking commodity. If you want to, go into another field or career space, look into being an office manager. But more important, not even more importantly, an operations manager. Office manager, operations manager, and those are two different things. Office manager, operations manager, project manager, administrative coordinator. Like, being an EA is just a stepping stone to so many different opportunities based on how you want to hone in on the different skills that you're learning. So, don't be afraid to grow in this position. And again, it's a fucking commodity because everybody needs an assistant. It be so like people be so busy trying to like do everything that they forget that they can't do everything. And then they get disappointed with themselves. And so then an EA comes along and they just lighten the load just a little bit. Oh no, I'll take care of your scheduling. Oh, you need me to book your travel? Got it. Oh, you need me to reconcile your credit card expenses because bad bookkeeping is just bad business 101? No problem. Oh, you need me to, create a survey to just get a feel of how everyone on the team is feeling about certain things so that you're not walking into a shit pit when we have our next meeting, all staff meeting? No problem. I can create a survey. I can ask questions. Just tell me what you need the survey to try to, tell me what the purpose of the survey. Oh, you need me to read over a contract to see if anything looks suspicious? Yeah, I can read. And everything that I just mentioned are areas and career spaces that you can expand upon exponentially. That you can grow in exponentially. So being an EA, it can feel like a shitty job. But if you know how to work it, baby, you can really open up a lot of opportunities for yourself. You can really make it so that you always have a job security. Because there's always going to be somebody that's trying to do too much. And that person is always going to need somebody to assist them. So, yeah, but that's it for this video. I'm about to go back to work. I'm about to start work. And I will talk to you all next time.